Good morning, everyone. We have an extra session this month. We're talking to Lara Solomon, and Lara and I connected actually when she sent me her product. I hadn't heard of it before, and it's now sitting in my treatment room, and I use it very regularly. I want to just tell you a little bit about it. This is my favorite pregnancy test. I love it because it's biodegradable, and it's 98% accurate 5 days before. So it's definitely a rival to Clear Blue, which is what everybody usually uses. I love there's so many things to like about it. There's a little tube that they actually have some guidance as to ways you can reuse the tube itself. It's really great to have in the clinic because often clients come just before their period and I want to make sure that they're not pregnant before I give herbs or do a treatment. So I have them go off into my bathroom and do a pregnancy test. And it's really been important to me in as many areas of my life as I can to reduce the plastic. So this was a real godsend, and it came also with a really gorgeous business card, which was embedded with seeds, which is now in my garden feeding the bees. So I asked Lara to come and talk to us and just tell us a little bit about how this came to be, a little bit about the product. And this is going to go out to the Growth Partnership too, because I want as many people as possible to be able to switch to something like this from the stuff that's available over the counter. I think this is what should be in Boots too. So hopefully, Lara, you will tell us how you're going to get that into all the mainstream products too. So she's happy to take questions as you go, and we'll be here for just under half an hour. And without further ado, I hand over to Lara Solomon.
Good morning, everyone. So lovely to be here. Wow. I thought I'd start by telling you a little bit about how I got to Hoopsie, and then I can tell you a bit about the product and what the plans are going forward. So I did IVF in 2021 to try and get pregnant with donor embryos. And I didn't really know much about pregnancy before that or trying to conceive. And I joined a lot of Facebook groups, and I was really surprised to see just how many pregnancy tests women were using. And I now know that on average, people use 3 tests every time they check, because obviously, first one, did it work? Check it with the second one, and then just going to be triply sure. And obviously, if you're going through IVF, you're going to use a lot more because you've got the 10-day wait, but most people crack before 10 days and start testing early. And then you've got a lot of people that worry about being miscarrying, so they will test every single day up until week 12. Just even though they've got ultrasounds and blood tests, they're just really worried about this. So I kept seeing all these pictures of like 10 different pregnancy tests, and they were all plastic. And I just thought, this is crazy. Why isn't there a sustainable option? And most women like to use the midstream ones, and there wasn't a sustainable option. So I just thought, I'm going to have to do something about it. So first of all, I looked into it a bit more. Why isn't this? Oh, here we go. So I looked at home-based testing kits, and about 11 million kilos of plastic goes into landfill every year from testing kits. In the UK, there's 12.5 million pregnancy tests sold, which is about 120,000 kilos of plastic goes into landfill each year in the UK. So lots of people say, oh, but you're not really doing anything massive. But actually, it's one of those, everything adds up and it becomes a huge problem. And the other thing is with the plastic kits is that they take 30 years to break down in landfill. And when I tell people that have children that are 10, did you know your pregnancy test is still around? They're a bit like, really? It's kind of crazy, and they really don't need to be plastic. So inside those plastic cases, there's a tiny little strip of paper, which is the same as the one you do when you're doing the dip test. So all I did was make the strip bigger. So this is our product. So this is it in real life. So it's basically just a cardboard strip. We've got a tiny piece of plastic here, but it's like a layer of nail polish. So it's really, really small. It's 99% paper, so it's really easy to write on. You probably know lots of people like to record, like, I did this one at 10 and I did this one at 6 and the dates, and so they can see how their line progression's going. And the other nice thing about it is that it's because it's paper, you can actually cut it in half and put half in paper recycling if you want to. The bit you weed on has to go in the bin because body fluids aren't allowed to go in the recycling. But it's just a lot more sustainable option than what's currently out there. It does come in a plastic pouch, which obviously is not ideal. It is soft plastic, so you can recycle that as well. But at the moment, we need to keep moisture out of the pack, because otherwise it doesn't work, and that would be a bit of a problem if we sold a test that didn't work. So we're still looking for an alternative that can do that for us. So at the moment we're selling in the UK through various different pharmacy stores, online and physical stores, as well as on our own website. And we've also been featured in the media over 70 times since we launched, in places like Women's Health, Metro, Daily Express, Marie Claire. So it's starting to get seen by people. But the biggest concern that I normally find people have is that they want to know, will it work? And we have the same level of accuracy as any other pregnancy test on the market. So it's over 99% accurate on the day your period is due. And if you take it earlier, the accuracy drops a little bit. And that's the same with every single test that's out there. So from that point of view, that concern, it's not a concern. It's really an education piece on which why it was so fabulous to be asked to speak to you guys today, because it's just letting people know that just because it doesn't have the plastic doesn't mean it doesn't work. And there really is no reason why we need to have the plastic, because the plastic is just I think it's just a conception that it has to be plastic because that's clean and hygienic, but actually it's really not needed, especially in something that's used for just 5 minutes. So at the moment, we're not in any big supermarkets or like Boots or anything. We're in Superdrug online, but we are in conversations with Boots and Holland and Barrett and Sainsbury's. So yeah, exactly. So the thing is that these things take a while. Like Sainsbury's, we're talking to them now, and this would be to go in March next year. So everything takes quite a long time. But it's looking really positive. It's just one of those things that we just have to keep plugging away and keep educating people on. And the people that do use the product absolutely love it. So it's just a case of just getting it out there and getting more people seeing it. So really, I guess I know you probably normally have people that have a lot of information, a lot of like technical data, which we don't, it's not really, pregnancy test is not a huge amount of technical data. But really what I wanted to do is is tell you about our affiliate program. So if you do have clients that would like to, if you'd like to send out newsletters and stuff, we do offer a 20% commission on our affiliate program, and that's on all orders sold online through our website. Also more than happy to send you a pack to try and some of the seeded cards. And you can plant them, or you can give them out to clients, and they give clients a 10% discount as well. So it's just another reason for them to pick it up. And it's really just a case of it will be great to have people that enjoy like the product and are passionate about it, that will be happy to share it with other people and help us get the message across there. Because obviously I'm trying to build a business, but at the same time, I'm really passionate about keeping plastic out of landfill and changing people's behaviors and habits. So yeah, it's very quick chat, but yeah.
Thank you so much. Can I pepper you with questions now?
Go for it.
Okay. Where did the name come from?
Okay, so the word hoopsie. So hoop is a Dutch word meaning hope. And when you're taking a test, I always think you're hoping it's one thing or another. And then added the S to the hoop to make hoops, because I feel like going through your fertility journey is like jumping through hoops. And then the Y just rounded it off.
Love it. Funnily enough, my mom is Dutch, and I was talking to her. She was speculating about whether that was something to do with it.
It was very hard to find a name, and then the website and the socials and everything. So yeah.
I have some experience with trying to trademark things, and I know that if you can find something that's actually quite distinct from a descriptor and distinct from the product, right, the better it is in terms of having something available and able to be trademarked and used. So I think it's such a catchy name. Will you tell us a little bit about the journey that you went on? Because I do love a female entrepreneur. Will you tell us a little bit about behind the scenes, what it was like to create this, how you went about finding the technology and learning what you had to do, what your background is?
Sure, sure. So, my background is business. I've had various different businesses. I'm not a chemist, I'm not medical. So it's been quite a steep learning curve from that point of view. Um, I always thought pregnancy tests pretty simple. Apparently not. Apparently it seems simple because they've been used for so long, but actually the lateral flow technology is actually quite complicated and quite hard to do. Like if you were starting again from scratch, it wouldn't be something you could knock up in a day. It would take months of research to get it. Um, so I basically started looking into it about November 2021, and I started by trying to find a manufacturer. And I knew that what I wanted in terms of the size of the test, and I knew I wanted as little plastic as possible, but I didn't. I just went to about 100 different manufacturers across the world and said, "This is what I want. Can you help me make it?" And only one of them came back to me and said yes.
Wow.
So luckily they have been amazing. And so because the test is bigger in size than the strip test, they had to do some work to make sure that it worked. Like you need more urine on this one than you do on the strip test, just because the pad is bigger and therefore it's got further to go. Um, so they had to do some testing around that. But yeah, they've been amazing. So once we got the first test that came back, they sent to me, I did the test, and it was the lines weren't very clear, and it was really hard to see. And I was like, yeah, and also it was really soggy. And I always thought with paper, people have this perception that you wee on it and you're just left holding a bit, there's nothing left. Um, so that was the feedback, and then they went back and refined it. And the second product they sent to me was great, and that's the one we ended up going with.
And how have you found your route to market? How have you built the marketing and the outreach for this product to the point where we have all these names and all these people talking about it?
Well, it's lots of different things, basically. It's a hard one, harder than I expected, I have to say, because when people are trying to conceive, they don't normally tell other people. They tell professionals and their partner if they've got a partner, but they don't normally tell anyone else. So it's not like you can go to groups and things. So it's been a case of trying different things. So we've done lots of social media stuff. I've tried sharing my story. I do a lot of pitching the business. That we did a lot of PR, and that's how we got so much media. I had a PR agency I worked with, and it really captured people's imaginations because there is nothing else like it out there. So we were lucky in that respect that we're first to market. But yeah, it's just been a case of just well, I think one of the big things is I find when I chat to people, they're like, "Oh my God, this is so obvious. Why hasn't it been done? Oh, right. You need to talk to this person. You need to do this. You need to do that." And so people I meet introduce me to more people. So it's kind of just, it goes from that one person, which is absolutely fabulous.
There's nothing so powerful as word of mouth, is there?
No, no, it works so well.
That's why I'm going to put this in my wider community too, because we have 550 people who are in the growth partnership, are all fertility acupuncturists or interested in treating fertility. And I think that our community has direct access to the exact consumers who your product should be accessing. These are the people who do as you describe with their millions of different tests. So this should be in their hands. Now, I operate a slightly different system in my clinic in the sense that I have made a policy decision that I don't take any kind of kickback for anything, because I want my clients to know that if I'm recommending something, that it's because it's right for them. Do you have facility for that 20% commission to be passed directly to the consumer if the party so wishes?
Yeah, totally. I would just need to set you up with a coupon code. So I would set one up specifically for you, and then if there was someone, or we could do a group one, but if it's specifically for you, then you can kind of see how many people have used it and stuff. But yeah, that's totally fine. It's not, it doesn't bother me how we do it. Really, for me, it's about getting people to see the product, use the product, and change their habits.
Amazing. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll just work with you via email after this is finished, and we'll get a group code so everybody can use it. We'll put that up when the video goes up with everybody, and they're able to access it straight away.
Yeah, definitely. No, more than happy to do that. Yeah, and if people do want to get some tests to try, then more than happy to do that as well, because I know people feel a bit
Yeah.
nervous.
If you shoot me the information I need to get in contact with you to get that, that would be great. It's really been lovely to talk to you and lovely to get this message and this product out there. So I hope that when this goes out to everybody, we will have an influx of lots of people switching their clients to this beautiful product and steering away from the plastic.
That would be amazing. I would absolutely love that. And if anyone's watching this and has any other ideas about anything that they can do, or if they're going to an event and they want to give out free samples or anything like that, then more than happy to chat. So yeah, it would be great to get any feedback as well from anyone that's clients have them. So because that's always really helpful, good or bad.
Amazing. Thank you so much. So I'll be in touch with you behind the scenes and we'll get all the contact stuff
Yeah,
sorted. And thank you. Really appreciate your time.
lovely. Thank you for having me, and lovely to meet everyone.